Hey everybody. Um I can't even focus almost. Welcome to Talk to Rose, episode 64. On this show, we talk about everything going on in the world, good, bad, raggedy, and wonderful. And I want to thank everybody for tuning in, everybody that tunes in every Wednesday, and everybody that watched the replay, and to my new viewers. Thank you for watching. This is crazy. I cannot almost even focus. Like,
I told you to give yourself 5 minutes. You guys, thank you for tuning in. Get ready to enjoy the show tonight. Pour yourself a shot if you need to. Happy hump day to all of you parents out there that are doing an amazing job. Pat yourself on the back. Give yourself a woosah. To all you beautiful mothers, give yourself grace. You're doing a great job raising these crazy ass kids. Y'all didn't do it. Y'all are good parents, and we see it. Stop staring like that.
it's
Y'all,
just,
we just had an incident before we went live. We welcome you guys into our home, which is why you're here. You love it because you can talk. We read every comment. We interact. Um, and we get to have fun. But sometimes real life happens and you just need a minute. And so we just had something happen and she just needs a minute. So show her some grace. Show her some grace and send her some good vibes because she really loves doing this. So I like to see the happiness that it brings her. So she just needs to get back into her zone.
yes. Like the life with a 5-year-old and on the spectrum and ADHD is not for the weak at all.
You're doing an amazing job. I tell you that all the time. I admire you. And he's an amazing kid.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Let me just start the video. So, look, I'm like, it's still breast cancer month. So, I've been wearing my pink. So, we're just going to get right into the topic. So, happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month, everybody. Happy Breast Cancer Awareness Month. And I'm going to get right into the first video.
So this has been a real lesson for me to self-advocate.
Sarah had a double mastectomy. Ananda took a different approach. By the time she found a lump in her breast, her cancer had progressed to stage 3, and doctors recommended a double mastectomy. But she went against their recommendation.
My plan at first was to get out excessive toxins in my body. I felt like my body is intelligent. I know that to be true. Our bodies are brilliantly made. I decided to keep my tumor and try to work it out of my body a different way. Looking back on that, I go, you know what? Maybe I should have.
Ananda completely overhauled her diet, improved her sleep, pursued aggressive homeopathic therapies along with traditional medicine and radiation. She improved for a long time. She says removing the toxins, physical and emotional, from her body has been beneficial. But last year, she found out her cancer had metastasized into stage 4, which means the cancer spread to others.
Okay. So I thought I had put the whole thing, but her cancer metastasized to her lymph nodes. So they start flaring up and everything. Yep. So she started having a real bad flare up, and that's when she found out now, because she was in remission from the breast cancer, she now has stage 4 cancer again. Well, not again, but now she has stage 4 cancer. So that's why when the doctors recommend for you to do something, it's not like they just saying it for anything. They recommend it after she did all the procedures and everything, radiation and chemo, for her to have a double mastectomy. And for you that don't know, that's to completely get rid of your breast. So that would have got rid of her tumors. She didn't want to do that. So now she has stage 4 cancer. I be iffy on it a lot of times because sometimes I do be feeling like when you do get that radiation and chemo, it just breaks you down and everything. But the holistic way, I think that people should do that to prevent it. But once you
Okay.
have it, I really think I'm not a doctor, so I'm not saying that this is, proven facts. I think that if you went along and did chemo and radiation, you might as well did the mastectomy. Why not? Why not? But I just hope that she pulls through this. You see her now saying she wish she would have. It's just whatever the doctors are telling you, ladies, I think that you should listen. And like I said last week, getting a mammogram, they do not hurt at all anymore. They have 3D machines to where there's no compression on your breast or anything. I went and got one last year. I was trying to find the pictures and video because I know for a fact I took them and I just could not find them. I can't find them at all. And I know I took them because I was shocked about everything. But the mammogram did not hurt at all. It didn't hurt at all. So I would advise every woman, if it's time for you to get a mammogram or if that runs in your family, that you need to get it. And another proven fact is 95% of the women that are diagnosed with breast cancer, it does not run in their family. So it's just crazy that they always ask, do it run in your family when 95% of the time, the women that are diagnosed with it didn't run in their family.
So one of the reasons that I know that they ask you that is so that they could see if you could get it covered. So with that, it's a certain age that they start telling us, and they let us do it our insurance. But if you did have a grandmother that had it or something like that, and you say yes, they'll start letting you get it earlier. So if you feel anything, or hell, we pay for insurance. If you just want to start getting it early, then say it runs in your family, because then they will start looking for it, treating it, and stuff like that. It's never too early, and you can get it late. My godmom/cousin, I know I shared that with you guys last year. She was diagnosed last year. The chemo that she got done. I don't know if I ever came back to this channel and said it, but she is in remission this year. So she did what the doctor suggested, though. Despite what she wanted to do, she did what the doctor recommended. That's why it's important to have a doctor that you trust, because I know we hear all this, oh, just do it natural. They just trying to milk you. But if your doctor, you trust them, you will go with what they're saying, because when you don't,
and even if you feel like you need a second opinion, if you don't trust the first doctor, go get a second and third opinion if you feel like you need to do that. But if I feel like if she knows that now, that if she would have got that mastectomy, it's probably a high chances that she would not have stage 4 cancer now.
Ro, why do you think she wouldn't want to I don't like that word. Why do you think she wouldn't want to do the double mastectomy in today's medical advances? Why wouldn't she want to do it?
Because that's when you think about it, a lot of women, that's taking away their womanhood. Even though we have all kind of surgeries that you can get after work and everything, it's still taken away from your womanhood. I think a lot of people, that's hard for them to do. I honestly think that's why. I think that's why. Because
I would think so when it was flat, but now you could get the breast done. They do a 3D nipple now that really looks nice, and you get to stay here. You don't have to not be alive anymore. I would think that's more pain too. When it comes back, is it pain?
It just depends on that person, because she said that she didn't even know.
Okay.
She just started feeling sick again. So she wasn't saying it was really painful or anything, but she was saying that she just was feeling ill. And that's when she found out that
it had taken over
her lymph nodes. Yep, I went to her lymph nodes.
So it's spread. It's spread. Oh my.
That's why they was telling her double mastectomy. That's why they was telling her afterwards.
Okay.
So she thought she was okay because she was in remission and she was doing everything else, doing the holistic way after that. She was like, I was okay with just keeping the tumor in my body and just doing the holistic way after that. And now she's stage 4. So that's what we're going to talk about that every week, breast cancer. So ladies, please, please, please go get your mammograms done, please.
I'm going.
Yeah. Yes, please. Y'all have to do that. The next thing I want to talk about, and this week I had a topic, but it didn't fall through. So I was just going to do like not hot topics, but just stuff going on in the world today, since I haven't did that in a while. Yesterday, my cousin, she had did a Women in Leadership conference. It's a 2024 Aspiring CUSD. So that's Claremont Unified School District. So they had a leadership conference yesterday. So this is a little bit of that.
And I believe, thank you, honey. I believe that you can sit here and make excuses, Superintendent, and say, this is what happened to me. I remember 8 o'clock in the morning having to walk through gang neighborhoods, having to walk through people shooting dice. I'm like, nobody has a job. So this is my thing. Fear is what you make it. And if anybody's in here from the self-care lab, make some noise. That's what my childhood was. My childhood was just a vision. But something on the inside of me said, Nita, get up and you have to want more. So if it was not for those obstacles, baby, I wouldn't be sitting right here. So for me, my childhood, I believe, was an opportunity for me to sit here and look everybody in their face to say, don't let yesterday stop you from today.
So that was my cousin Nita.
So proud of you. Good job, Nita. I love hearing you talk. We was listening before the show.
Yeah, the owner of the self-care lab. It was a really good workshop. It was really good. All the women that were up there, it was really, really good. So shout out to her for doing that. I don't know how she gets up there and talk. I
don't either. She looks so comfortable, and I'm like, I'd be nervous.
Yeah, I'd be nervous, bro. They'd be like, girl, is you on the yellow bus? I can talk in front of everybody else, but when it comes to talking in front of groups of people, I get so nervous. Like,
I do. She looks like so calm and whatever. I could do it, but I still get nervous. You could tell I'm nervous if you know me, but she just be like talking like she just talking.
Mommy said her sister-in-law had a double, well, she meant mastectomy. Yeah, Gwenita. You're welcome. I'm proud of you. Tia says she's proud of her. Yes, so the next story I want to get into, and I don't know if I'll put this girl picture up. I was just been all over the place today. But she plays for LSU, and she's a nope, I didn't. She's a artist on Rock Nation. She's 20 years old, and she just bought 20 acres of land in Atlanta. So I feel like that is worth talking about. Like
yes.
a 20-year-old.
Bring through some good news. We need to keep the good news rolling.
Yes, I was like, I have to talk about that. I'm like, because 20-year-olds, they don't even think like that. So for her to think like that, oh Lord. Oh,
and it's a blessing to be in that position as well. So some are thinking like that and cannot.
Mm-hmm.
She may have given them hope. Maybe she could tell them how. Hell, I'm still trying to buy land and property. So
yeah, for her to be able to buy 20 acres, and she said she's doing that for generational wealth. So
amen.
It said God is amazing. 20-year-old with a total of 20 acres. This land represents more than just an investment for me. I want to create opportunities for my community and leave a legacy that shows young women, especially young Black women, that we can do it. Owning 20 acres at my age is proof that with vision and hard work, we can break boundaries and build the future we dream. Proud of her.
I love it.
That
That's
was so
really good.
good. Yes.
Mhm.
So that I said this week I'm gonna try to do all good topics. It might be some raggedy topics rolling through,
Right. We need a
but I really
spiritual break.
yes, but I had to do that one because I'm like, that was just so good to me.
Yeah.
So the next one I wanted to talk about, this is another inspirational one. It was a father. Let me see if I put that one on there. I really don't remember what I put on here, you guys. I'm so sorry. Nope, and I didn't. A father preps his daughter into coming back home. He tells his daughter, she's 26 years old, and she has 2 kids. He tells her to come back home and saves her to save her money so she can buy her own house. And she's feeling like she didn't want to do that. He was like, save your money. Like, it's more than enough room in the room that he put her in. It was a huge room. It could have been downstairs or something. It had a kitchen and everything in there. It looked like it was probably
Nice.
downstairs. Yeah, he was telling her, come back, save your money. So my question is, do you think that that's a good idea for parents after your kids have moved out the house and started their lives and everything? Would you let your kids come back and live with you so they can get their life in order? In the comments, let me know. And what do you think, Asia?
Absolutely. If you see, especially if you see that they're trying, if they're trying and you could see, dang, if I just allow them to come back home, give them the help in a year, they could be in a much better position and kind of get the help they need to get their footing back. Why wouldn't you want to do that? I would, so that then they could go out and never come back for better reasons. Not that, oh, I struggled and I made it through. No, come home, do what you want to do, build yourself back up, and then go out there. That way you can enjoy being a parent. You can enjoy being an adult. You're still in your 20s, so you could be ready to enjoy your 30s. I think once you start struggling, it's like a domino effect to get it back. And then once you get it back, you know what that's like when you fight for something so long, and then when you get it, you like, I earned every piece of this.
Right.
When you get grace, though, it feels like somebody just took you and said, come here, baby, let me help you. I would.
And I would too. I got a long ways to go, but my mom was like that too. When I was in nursing school, she was like, stay home, but I had left anyways. But then I did move out probably like when I was 22 or something, and I moved away. And then she was like, well, come back home and go back to school. Like, you can stay here as long as you want. So my mom was one of those parents too that said that I could come back home if I wanted to. Anybody, she'll let them come back there, and she doesn't ask them for money or nothing. As long as you get to help you get on your feet, my mom let people do that. So she'll let you do that. So I applaud my mom. I think more parents should be like that. I don't think that you should automatically just put your kids out when they turn 18, because a lot of them don't know what to do. They never had to pay no bills. They don't know how to do this. And let's keep it real, in this economy, you can't even afford to live by yourself at 18.
It's hard. And so for right now, I think that that's a good thing too, because you're right. The economy is very hard. And as somebody that did it on my own for a while, do I wish that I would have listened and went ahead and went back home? No, my dumb ass picked up another job. And I can't even remember enjoying being in college and doing different stuff, hence me becoming a Delta later. When I should have enjoyed it, then I would have had the college experiences and all of that. But I was so dead set on proving that I won't fail. You did a good job as a parent. And she like, as a parent, I'm telling you, I'm not done. And I'm like, I don't know. I wish I would have listened.
I wish I would have listened too. Like, I have went back, but it wasn't because of that. It was because I wanted to move out of my apartment. People kept breaking in and stupid stuff like that. So and my mom was like, "Oh no, you're coming back home." Like, and then I went back. I found me another place. But once I was finished with nursing school, she told me to come back home so I can further my education. And I didn't want to come back because I'm like, I don't want to live with my mom. But it really, in actuality, I didn't have a problem living with her because I worked night shift.
I never had a problem living with my mom.
I never had a problem. I worked night shift, my mom worked day shift. So we've never really seen each other unless I was off. Like, it was the perfect situation.
Rose,
like,
think of all the money.
Girl.
I
If
just
I
did
can
the
do it
math in my
over,
head, y'all.
would
I
start
don't reverse back on stuff because then it'd be
Girl,
making
I
me
would
sick.
start all the way. I would start all the way,
No,
probably like
look at
19.
all the money we wasted. We would have
I
had.
would start over.
Oh my God,
Probably like
that was
at
really
19,
dumb.
19, I would start over and do it all the way different. Like I would do everything all the way
Bro,
different.
that was so stupid.
It
We
was stupid.
wonder why the other kids have money when they move out, but even though they couldn't hand us a check for 30, 40,000, they told us to stay home and we could say that 30, 40,000, got out of college, been making good money, had a good nest egg.
We
Oh,
didn't
this
want to
show didn't
listen.
turn out to be so good for me. I'm sick to my stomach. Never
Girl,
mind.
when you think about it, you be like, I was a real dummy.
I was so stupid. And I was never, think about what I just said. I was in school and working 2 jobs. Do you know at one point I was only sleeping at the house? I wasn't even doing nothing, just sleeping and
Girl,
going
I was
to work.
nothing I made. Once I got my little LVN and all that, I felt like I had enough money. I didn't even have to. When I was in school, though, I would work just to pay my car payment, and then I had a job at a black owned restaurant. So I made so much tips there that the owner would have to tell me, Rashonda, would you go cash your check? So I was good. Like I'm like,
Mhm.
but my
But
mom
just
was like,
think if
oh,
we'd have just been
yeah.
stacking it.
And then when I did go back to school, I still was like, I can move out. I could do it
Yeah,
by
I can
myself.
still do it.
Like
I'm
I want to live by I want to live by myself. I think that's the Aquarius in me. You know, we be wanting to be by ourselves.
we
And
do.
I still feel like that now. Like I really did enjoy living by myself, and I
I
would love
did. But if we would have just sacrificed and did what was afforded to us, we still could, even if we did it for just one more year outside of school, just even 1 year. No, I was like, no, I could do it. No, I'm fine. Even if I struggle, no, I'm fine. That's
Let me see.
stupid.
Gwanita said
Come
shout out.
on.
Gwanita said shout out to Lex. That's what she called my mom. Yeah,
Oh,
shout out to you, mommy, because you did. You do that for everybody.
yep.
Nikki said, depends. Some kids it can become a crutch. That
Yeah.
is true. But for some it helps. It depends on the kid and their mentality. That is very true. I think the kids nowadays it might be a crutch, but I still don't feel them as the main ones. I don't feel like need to get out. Our generation, it was more easier for us to get out and do stuff because we wanted to be independent. These kids nowadays, they are used to their
Well,
parents.
because we was latchkey kids. So no offense to nobody, but we was our parents' partner. That's why we was helping with kids. We was already maturing and doing certain things. These days, kids don't even watch their siblings. They don't even walk their siblings to school first. They have literally no responsibility. They don't even clean up. They don't do nothing. So to be fair, they haven't been prepared to do it in
Yeah, that's
any
what I'm
way,
saying.
shape, form, or fashion.
At
Now, the
all.
crutch, for sure. It's a lot of 30 and 40-year-olds living at home still trying to figure out what they doing, but they got 3, 4 kids. How are you figuring it out while you doing something? Like, yeah, you can't stay with me.
Yeah, those ones I be feeling like you better go try to sign up for Section 8 or something. She said, I do make my kids pay bills at the house so that they are prepared for life outside of the home. Okay,
Yeah,
that's good. But a lot of people, they don't. Like they don't do that. Now, when I was there with my mom, I would help pay the bills.
me
So
too.
that wasn't a problem. Let me talk about something else because now it's making me mad that I really did just
I just told you turning the show bad. I'm getting a little sick at myself.
yeah, like we did turn something good into bad. No. Okay, so let me go into my next one. This was a good thing, even though some people probably feel like he still needs to be in jail. Y'all know Big Meech. Do y'all in the
I
comments know who
like
Big
them.
Meech is? I think I'm Big Meech. Larry Hoover. Y'all know who Big Meech is, right?
Yeah.
Okay. Everybody in the comments, do y'all know who Big Meech is? So he was released from jail today, y'all. I mean, I think that's good. He did his time. He did his time. Now he could be out of jail. So for the people that don't know who Big Meech is, he was the infamous co-founder of BMF, is Black Mafia Family, and he's out of jail now. He's serving the rest of his sentence in a halfway house. He was arrested in 2005, and sentenced in 2008 to do 30 years in prison after being convicted on charges relating in drug trafficking and money laundering. So they was, if anybody watches 50 Cent show BMF,
Yeah.
this is who they're portraying his life and his brother. So they were big drug lords in Atlanta. They had came out to LA. They was everywhere. But I looked up his net worth when he got arrested. His net worth was like $100 to $150 million. Like they was out there living life. Like just, I remember when I first heard about them, he had already went to jail, but it was like had just happened. And I was just like, oh my gosh, just even looking at their parties, that's another person's party.
I will go to his parties.
I would
I
have
like
wanted to
him.
go.
You
I would
gotta
have wanted to go to a
him.
BMF party. I was like, because that looked like it was cracking. Like
He took care of his people.
he took care of his people.
I
the
can respect. He's like a
community,
hood
everything.
Robin Hood like type.
Yeah, he took care of his family, everybody. That's one thing I don't understand. Why do people that sell drugs get a higher sentence than a person that unalive somebody? I've never understood that, because it's the people that want to buy the drugs. Why are you
Because
putting
it's something they can't tax. Because you made all that money and I don't make money like that. We've heard the cops say that. That's why they be stealing from them too.
Yeah, because I just don't get it. I'm like, why was he sentenced to 30 years, but a person that unalive somebody get 5 and 10 years? Like it literally makes no sense.
Jealousy. That's why.
When they doing the same thing.
Baby. Yes, they are.
That real. So
that's awesome though. I wonder when his brother is coming home.
his brother is already out.
Oh, Terry
is already out. He got out in around COVID time when they had that little COVID bill.
That's right.
You had underlying diseases and whatever. That's how he got out under that law.
That's
so his
right.
brother been out of jail.
That's dope as heck. That's great.
He wasn't supposed to be set to get out until 2028, and that's with them dropping the sentence. So he did 20 years.
Dang.
So that was something I think that was good. So Big Meech, welcome home.
20 years.
Stay legal this time. I know that
You've been legal for, never mind. You probably did more in there, but anyway.
I'm pretty sure he got money saved.
Girl, please, of course. Good. Now live your best life, sir.
Right. Okay. So now we're going to go to the next one. This is a raggedy one. A raggedy one did seep its way up in there. Tell me what y'all would do about this, because I feel like these are the people that the police should be banging, and just I'll let y'all see it.
Watch out. Oh, you sucker in the face. Hey, throw a trash can at it. Bro need to give up.
Before I get started, Nikki said entitlement is real. She said, I know because of your brother. First and foremost, a 7-Eleven worker, it ain't no way I'm about to fight these little thugs over a store that's not I don't know. I'm pretty sure he didn't own that store. He was just a worker. I'm about to fight them. Whatever they want to take, they can take. That store is insured. So I'm about to fight these kids over that. But the ones that I wouldn't care if somebody got and did that. Because it's just like, come on now. Y'all just do too much nowadays. And these are the ones that get away with everything. Ain't nothing. I haven't seen that they caught any of them, but it's like y'all doing all that for what? For some free 7-Eleven? If y'all face was on a milk carton, I would not even be sad about it at all. How do you guys feel about it? Do y'all feel like that man in there should have been fighting them? And it looked like kids. Do you think that he should have been fighting them kids back, or you would have just sat back and let them do whatever they wanted? Let me know in the comments. How do you feel about it, Asia? Like, share, and subscribe. Like the live if you're watching.
Oh God, it must be his store, his family store. That's number one. Because most stores tell you don't. So it must be his store, his family store. That's not the primary focus for me. I'm glad he's alive. I'm glad that he is safe and they didn't jump on him. About those other people, I don't have anything to say because whatever I say would get me banned from the internet. Because those would be the same people. You did this to my baby.
And he was a good person, and he never
He got
did
saved
anything
when he was
wrong.
9 months. Mm-hmm.
He's living for God, spreading the word.
That's a bunch of cowards to do that to that man. Most of what they did was destroyed. They didn't take the stuff. Most of what they did was destroyed. You see how they threw over the stuff and was
like, that's why I'm like, for what? I would not care if the police came and did something to them, like, for real. Like, those are the ones that y'all need to be treating like that. I would have just went behind that counter and pressed the button, whatever button they need to get, until the police came. Like, I'm not about to fight over this stuff in here.
The other ones have. He's the only one that I've seen fought back. That's why I said maybe it's his store, his family store. This is not the only one. They keep doing it to different 7-Elevens, but the other ones didn't do nothing. They even stole lottery tickets from the last one. But do you understand that they're going to report those lotto tickets? And I hope you turn it in because you're going to jail. Once you touch that lotto ticket, it's federal. I hope you touch it. And I hope you win. And I hope you try to turn it in. I hope you go to jail. I hope all of y'all go to jail. Mm-hmm. That's horrible. That's so mean. That's so mean. That's such a violation. Mm-hmm. Imagine if you was in that store when that happened.
Girl,
imagine if you was in that store.
In the back, because I'm not about to run through them. Like, I'll just let them get whatever they wanted. And it had to be late. So let's, girl. Okay, so now I have a fun fact video. I just learned this weekend, and I'm gonna let you guys. Some of y'all know because I couldn't hold it in. Let me see if you guys know. Do y'all remember when Suge Knight was at the Hip Hop Source Awards when we was probably teenagers, and he was like, anybody want to come to a label and you ain't got to worry about the record or singing on the albums? Okay. Who did y'all think that he was talking about? Who did y'all think that he was talking about?
He was talking about them on the West Coast, right? I'm sorry, on the East Coast.
But who, though?
You don't want somebody dancing all in your video. He was the only one doing it at that time. The devil.
Okay.
Right? If we're going based on what we remember that happened then. Oh, you want to read this? Okay.
Let me see. Why blacks always acting a monkey? This is why I live far away from craziness. I can't. They doing too much. But you know what? I don't think that they was black. When I looked at that thing, I'm telling you, I don't think they was not black.
All the other ones have been, because did you hear the cars in the background? Because the other one's been showing that, you know what a takeover is, right?
Mm-hmm.
they're doing that. They're doing the takeover in front to block the traffic from coming, and then they all go in the store and do it. This is like the 5th one I saw that's been happening lately, and we know where that happens. That's here in LA, but that's what they're doing. It's I think they are a mixture because they come in the cars and the motorcycles. They're out there blocking the traffic and everything while they go in there. So I think it's a mixture of whoever's from that set or whatever group is doing it. I don't know. But the other one I saw in daylight, and it was a mixture of black and white.
Oh, okay. Well, they still let me not say monkeys because
You still
act like animals. They're acting like animals.
Yes.
Okay, so back to the fun fact. Who did you guys think Suge Knight was talking about when he did that?
We was there. We was there. The only person that was jumping in people's videos and on stage with them was Diddy. He was the only one.
Let's watch the video, everybody.
Okay.
Let's see who Suge Knight was talking about.
Okay.
First of all, I'd like to thank God. Second of all, I'd like to thank my whole entire Defo family on both sides, you know what I'm saying? I'd like to tell Tupac to keep his guards up. We ride with him. And one other thing I'd like to say, any artist out there want to be an artist and want to stay a star, don't want to have to worry about the executive producer trying to be all in the video, all on the record, dancing. Come to Death Row.
According to Puffy, he would later learn that the insults weren't towards him because he actually spoke to Suge not too long after he made the comments and learned that they were actually about Atlanta hip-hop producer Jermaine Dupri. But Puff's story about...
I knew it was going to be him, but here's the difference. I don't believe that. Do you believe that? I don't believe it because everybody...
But it do make sense now.
No, it don't, because they asked him to be in those things to help promote his artists to come out. He only made a quick thing.
But he still was doing the same thing as P. Diddy.
I don't believe him. I don't, because Diddy was jumping in everybody's shit and taking over. I don't believe that.
But Jermaine Dupri was in all the videos too.
But he wasn't taking over. They asked him to do those things.
Taking over. He said who was all in the songs, all in the videos. So both of them was doing the same thing. Jermaine Dupri.
I don't believe him. No,
Well,
he lying, y'all. He back. What did they used to say on our show? TGIF? Backpedaling pussy pop or something, you know. No, you backpedaling. That's a lie. The same way they all met and said, we didn't know what happened to Tupac. Yeah, you did. You're lying.
That was just funny to me.
It is funny that it could have been him too.
I was like, what?
I knew that's what we was gonna try to say it was. No, it wasn't.
Bro, I didn't ever even think of it when I was listening to it. I'm like, Jermaine Dupri, what? But then
I didn't think of it then. Only when you just said it and you maybe said it again. I'm like, but that's the only person that was doing it then that nobody really wanted them to do it. But then after you said, I was like, watch him try to say the South. Watch him try to say
Jermaine Dupri. Girl, I was out for that. So that was our fun fact for tonight. So supposedly Suge Knight.
Our fun lie. He a Cassie liar.
He was not talking about Diddy. He was talking about Jermaine Dupri. Okay, so now we're going to get into our election part of the show. Make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. So we have 19 days, you guys, until election day. 19 days.
Mm-hmm.
You know, like we said before, we ain't talking about who y'all voted for president because you got 19 days. You should already have that figured out. You should already know who you voted for. So it is not nothing we can say to make you change your mind, and you got 19 days left. You already know who you voted for. So whoever you want to vote for them. You have 19 days. What I will say is Georgia's first day of early voting set records.
Oh.
How many votes do you think that were cast? How many do you think was cast?
Is it 7 figures or 6 figures?
6.
6. Let's do 600 something.
Oh well, no, you went high. It was 300,000.
That's still good.
But that's still good.
That's still very good.
It's very, very good. So shout out to Atlanta for doing that. Georgia, sorry.
Oh,
Georgia,
just Atlanta?
Georgia.
Oh, okay.
No, I meant to say Georgia. So shout
That's
out to
really
Georgia
good.
for that 300,000 votes for their first day of in-person early voting. Shout out to them. Yeah. Okay. So are you guys gonna do early voting or mail-in voting, or you want to wait till that day to go to the polls? What you gonna do?
I want to go to the polls myself. I don't want to mail it in.
I don't want to mail it in either because I feel like they gonna do something to it. So I'd rather go.
I don't trust nobody.
Yep. I don't want to do that either, especially with this election. I don't trust
It's
it
too
at all.
important to me.
I think I need to go down there too. And they said down there, it was long lines, but people was willing to wait.
I will be willing to wait. I will stand in line.
Okay, so the first proposition that I want to get into is Proposition 32. This one is the one that will raise the minimum wage in California from $17 to $18. So right now it's $16. For the rest, after it votes, they vote yes, it will go to $17 to the end of the year, and then in next year it has to go up to $18. Small businesses with fewer than 25 employees will be required to start paying $17 next year and $18 in 2026. So if California voters say yes, we will have the nation's highest minimum wage. So I got a video on it too. And let me know, what do you guys think? Should we vote yes or no on this? I said yes, but then it's like a back and forth. There's always a back and forth with me, but come on.
Prop 32 aims to raise California's minimum wage to $18 an hour. Right now, the minimum wage is $16. It's expected to go up 50 cents for inflation next year. But instead, Prop 32 would raise the minimum wage to $18 an hour next year, which is a 9% raise. There is a caveat. People working for companies with 25 or fewer employees would get a little less, $17 an hour next year. In 2026, if Prop 32 were to pass, the minimum wage would simply be $18 an hour, regardless of the size of the employer. It's forecast to hit $17 an hour that year without Prop 32. Then, come 2027, the minimum wage would simply keep adjusting for inflation just like it does already. With Prop 32, it would simply start adjusting from a dollar higher amount. Some cities have higher minimum wages than the state. Prop 32 won't undo that. California also has new special minimum wages for specific jobs. Prop 32 doesn't change those either. This year, we started to have a higher minimum wage of $20 an hour, specifically for most fast food workers, and we're phasing in higher minimum wages of $18 to $23 an hour for many healthcare workers. Prop 32 won't change those numbers whether it passes or fails. In general, raising the minimum wage puts pressure on businesses who pay it. Some might raise their prices on the things you buy from them, others might lay people off. On the flip side, employers also tend to consider giving raises to other workers already making more than the minimum wage just because the minimum wage went up. A yes vote on Prop 32 increases California's general minimum wage to $18 an hour starting next year. A no vote rejects the measure, keeping the minimum wage next year at its forecast $16.50.
Okay, so what do you guys think that you guys want to vote? Yes or no on that? I said I will vote yes on that because in California it's too expensive. Nobody can live off of $17. Nobody can live off of $17, but I do feel like since the restaurants like McDonald's workers, they make $20 an hour. Now they making a combo $15. So it's like, should we keep it the same or should we make it go up? But it's like the cost of living is so much, but then they make everything else go up. So it's like, what should you do? But I do feel like people should make more than $17 or $16 an hour anywhere in this world, not just California, but I'm just saying California because the cost of living is so high here. I feel like, yes. Then the other part, look, I'm like, yes. The other part that I don't like about it is for the healthcare workers. They keep on making everything go up for everybody else, but the healthcare workers, I don't see nurses that's making $18. So how is a nurse making $18, but somebody that work at fast food make $20 an hour? Like, make that make sense. And then y'all saying that they're going to get the back end. Like later on, the healthcare workers will get $18 to $23. Like, are you for real? They should be the first ones getting a raise. But let me not get into the nursing. What do you think? Do you think that minimum wage should be raised? In the comments, let me know yes or no. Asia, what do you think?
No. It's going to hurt the economy.
Why do you think that?
I don't think it. I know it. Everything goes up when minimum wage goes up. So how is that helping us? It's never going to be a livable wage if you keep making a living out of our range. Why don't you control that first? And then I will care about if minimum wage goes up or not. And I don't care about minimum wage being a living wage, because then do something that is. I don't care. I don't think any fast food person should be making $20 an hour.
I don't either. I don't think they should be making $20 an hour either. Like
Well,
I
not
said,
any fast food person, a drive-through, a window, an entry-level fast food person. Those are high school jobs.
but nurses is making less than them. Some nurses.
Well,
Like that's
people voted on it.
Yeah, that's crazy to me.
I
But
voted no on that too.
huh?
I voted no on that one too. No. We voted that in.
Voted what?
For the fast food people to start getting more money, that was a vote.
I don't remember what I voted. I really can't remember what I voted. But that's why I said it's like a catch-22 for me. Like, I do feel like a person should be making more than that out here, but I do agree with you said that they should make everything more livable where people can afford. They should bring the prices down on housing and everything else, groceries and food. But like I said, if they raise the minimum wage, it's going to make, like I said, everything else is going to go up. Like I said, where did I go that time? Arby's, and I had that combo and it was like $17 for a combo. Mm-hmm. And I was like, what? When I got to the window, I was like, wait, what did I order? Like, could you tell me my order over? She read it to me and I was like, $17?
And just think, everything has doubled and some things have tripled just since COVID. Take the prices back to at least before COVID and stop touching shit and we'll be fine. But you won't do that. So we're never going to catch up.
And they said if we vote yes on that, it's going to go up to whatever the inflation is. So,
well, don't they pass everything to us? They have to start giving health care. Then they start to people that do delivery. If you order a pizza right now, isn't it an additional line on your thing? They pass that delivery charge right to us. You want this, here's a service fee for that. You want that, here's the tax for that. Why are we paying the tax? The business should be paying the tax. Why are we paying the tax? They pass everything.
That's why I don't get none of that stuff. If I order pizza, I'll go in there and pick it up. Mm-hmm. I don't do DoorDash. I'm not paying all that. Something that's $20 that come up to $50. I'm not doing Instacart. The only time I do Instacart is if I'm sick. Okay. Yeah. But for me to just do that regularly because I'm too lazy to go to the store, I'm not doing that because it's
I'd rather starve.
The food. Yes, the food is already high. I'll go eat some crackers.
I'd rather starve.
We need to be, most of us can stand to lose some weight anyways. So we don't need to be eating like that.
So what if I pass out? No big deal. I'll wake back up. It's okay. I can't afford it.
Yeah, it's just ridiculous. So that was Proposition 32. So yes or no, if y'all vote yes, that means the minimum wage will go up. If you vote no, that means it's going to stay the same at what it is now. So hopefully you guys understand that. I understood it. That was like,
It's very clear. I mean, it's
it's
clear. We've
very
been
clear.
going through it very rapidly since COVID. We're going through it very rapid, but California is the most. When I traveled to even Florida, their gas was, I think, the higher end of $2. Their stuff was cheaper there in Florida. When I went to Atlanta, their stuff was regular price. We the only ones paying all of this
$5.
crazy. Yeah, because California keep doing all of these things, just like Southern California gets paid less than Northern California. We even got it broken into Southern California and Northern California. But if we keep giving all of these new businesses the opportunity to one, request more money and then pass that shit on to us because it's a convenience, that's crazy. It doesn't even make any sense. We've been having taxis, but now because we got Uber, they turn around and go on strike, so the costs get passed to everybody else. Meanwhile, those of us, if you make, just so we're clear, if you make 25 cents over minimum wage, you will not get that minimum wage increase. It'll bring you up to whatever you are, but you're not getting it. So now you've been there 5 years and it took you 5 years to get to 17.25, but somebody finna come right and jump right with you and be at $17. Y'all can't tell me that that's fair. I don't give a shit if it's not a living wage.
I hate that.
Also, I'm not gonna be able to live one day.
Yeah.
People make money like we make money and they're living in their cars because we're not getting any more money. We're suffering. I'm struggling. Y'all see, I ain't been on no damn vacation in a cool minute. If you see me on one, I used points. Okay. No, I care. I'm tired. I didn't work my ass off to be comfortable to have it all snatched away. No. And then you want to give money to immigrants, illegal immigrants, but you don't give us nothing in the middle. Use some of that money. Leave me alone. I got an attitude.
Girl, it's a lot. That's why I be telling y'all I be ready to go to another country. Like, just let me see. Let me go over there and see that it ain't good. Like, let me just
Right.
go.
Let me try.
Here,
Right. Let me try.
It's ghetto. Right. So let me just go see if in the other countries if it's better. Because no, I want me and my son to have a good life. Like, I don't want to.
Right.
I don't want to have to work to live, and that's what people have to do now. I don't want to have to work 60 and 70 hours just to make ends meet.
Right.
And you get to enjoy your house, or like she said, go on vacation. People should be able to work 40 hours and be able to live comfortably. It shouldn't take two incomes to live
with the regular shit. Yeah.
So we'll go on to the next one. I don't know if you had Prop 36. Did you have the Prop 36?
That was the fentanyl one.
Okay, so because remember we said we was gonna go over it again. I don't know which one. What was one?
It was 36 for the fentanyl, but I feel the same way. I feel like I don't think that it should be passed because.
Well, let me show them the video.
Oh, okay.
I did a video for it. No, that's why I was asking. Hold on.
10 years ago, Californians rejected the war on drugs. Instead of long sentences in overcrowded prisons for drug possession and shoplifting, voters chose to make those crimes misdemeanors. But prosecutors, the police, and big box retailers say those changes have made crime worse. In November, voters get to choose. Do they think harsher sentences will prevent crime? And would imposing them really cut down on homelessness? I'm Nigel Duara, justice reporter with Cal Matters, and this is Prop 36 in a minute. Way back in the 2000s, California's government had a problem. Years of three-strike laws had filled prisons beyond their capacities. In 2014, voters passed Prop 47. It made stealing something worth less than $950 into a misdemeanor. It did the same thing to some drug crimes. Prop 36 would unwind some of that, reinstating harsher penalties for some theft and drug crimes. Supporters say the measure would cut down on homelessness by forcing unhoused people into drug treatment. Opponents say the measure will waste hundreds of millions of dollars to lock up people who don't pose a danger to society. So vote yes if you want to increase the penalties on shoplifting and drug possession. Vote no if you want to keep things the way they are.
So that one, what do you think?
I don't want that to be the proposition. I want the proposition to be that they're going to put in harsher penalties and protocols in place to make sure that these companies that make the shit don't give it out. They're the ones selling it. in large quantities and boxes to everybody. They're the ones doing it. So if you're not going to put the penalties higher on doctors that are prescribing it and shouldn't really keep track of where that shit is going, the way that y'all can keep track of it. Listen, if Apple could keep track of their phones and know when their stuff is stolen, why y'all can't? Anything that leave, put harsher penalties higher.
But I feel like
why the everyday person? No.
Both of them shouldn't be, those shouldn't be put together, theft and drug trafficking. They shouldn't be, it shouldn't be put together because theft and drug trafficking are two different things. But I do agree when they made it to where if you stole less than $9.50, that it was just a misdemeanor. I do remember people stealing.
Well, we just saw it. Look at your video that you just did at 7-Eleven. What they actually took is less than $950. They probably did more damage because remember, it used to be theft or damage. Remember, it used to be the damage too. But if you look at it, is that $950 worth of damage? Because not what they charge us for that bag of chips, what they pay for that bag of chips. So it's probably not. And y'all just did all of that damage because they didn't break no windows. We just saw what it looks like.
Yep.
That's not.
I'm saying I wanted to vote. I want to vote yes, but then it's like those should be two different propositions. It should be one for theft and it should be one for drug trafficking. Like I said, drug trafficking, I don't even feel like they should go to jail as long as they do.
What do you think, cousin? That new proposition for drug trafficking and theft.
Drug trafficking, theft and drug
They
trafficking.
want to put it back to a felony.
Drug trafficking? No. Well, you gonna charge the doctors too?
She said the same thing. You gonna charge the doctors too? Because y'all the ones,
and they're not.
How did they get it out of that pharmaceutical place? Right? Pharmacy delivered to pharmacy, distributor delivered to pharmacy. How did it get out of that building? It got out of that building because Asia, the CEO, or Asia, the VP, made a deal with somebody to buy that. So in some regard, I'm a drug dealer now. Just because I'm not on the street don't mean I'm a drug dealer. Why are you not stopping it where I'm the one that took an oath and said what I would do? Why you keep trying to go for the low person? Keep trying to go for the low person. I'm seeing my cousin that maybe is helping his mom that they keep getting put out and they surviving domestic violence and they doing this. They're not doing it because they want to. But you, Mr. Sir, that's sitting there that's making all this money, please explain to me why you did it. You know, they're not making this easy for us. And these are very, very, very big things. And no, it's not going to force people to go into drug programs because they can't afford them, bro.
Okay.
People won't take them. If you don't look like you, if you don't look like you have a bad enough problem, they won't take you. I've heard of somebody that went for help, and because they didn't look like they needed enough help, the program wouldn't take them. What do you mean if I don't look like they're not, these propositions this year are not very fair. That's why they got people nervous and on edge, because either way something lose, and with none of them are the right levels being held accountable. It's not fair.
Nope, it's not.
It's not fair, bro.
So next week I'm gonna try to do like the Senates and stuff like that.
Oh,
I gotta really look into those too, because those is the ones we really need to know too.
With their grimy asses.
Mm-hmm. So I'm gonna do that. I'm gonna get some more on breast cancer. And like I always say before, if you guys have anything that you guys want to talk about, let me know. And
bro, speaking of one, remember in Orange County or something just this year, remember the person that worked for the government that got caught in the parking lot? He was passed out from having taken drugs. Remember?
Mm-hmm.
Right. So let me get this straight. You want us to vote on something that all of y'all keep getting caught doing all the time? Again, when we gonna start with y'all?
But it ain't gonna. I was about to say, ain't nothing gonna happen to them.
He stepped down from his position. That's it. He didn't get no jail time. He stepped down from his position, and they made that all go away. So I could see you, sir. You did this, but you want me to be hard on the person that lost everything, looked for help, this and that. These laws is something else.
They really are. Okay, we just said it's also ADHD Awareness Month. Lord, and I'm going through that in this house right now.
Leave my nephew alone. He was having a moment.
It's hard. Any parent that has to go through this, I wish I could give you a hug because I understand.
You're doing very well. He is very smart. He can read. He's very polite. He is handsome. He knows all the 90s R&B, word for word, honey. He's your concert car partner. He does a lot of things other kids don't do too. You're blessed. He's good. You're doing a good job, Mom.
Thank you. So I'll look into that ADHD Awareness Month next week. I'll have some facts on that. More breast cancer awareness facts, more propositions. And if you guys have anything you want to talk about, let me know. Asia, you have anything else you wanted to say?
No, great show tonight and good job, Mom. Oh, and congratulations again to Juanita. You did a good job.
Yes, an excellent job. Okay, I'm going to start. I said I'm going to do inspirational quotes. So believe in yourself. You have to believe in yourself when no one else does. So everybody believe in yourself.
Okay. Okay.
Start believing in yourself because if you don't, nobody else will.
Period.
And make sure you guys like, share, and subscribe. And I will see you guys next Wednesday. Have a great Wednesday, everybody. Good night.
Bitch, I'm from Pomona.
Oh, this will be so late.